Cheers, amigos. Tebo here. Welcome to the inaugural weekly behind-the-scenes update of Tebomusic. Yeah, long overdue. Sorry for taking so long. I'm sure I'll be forgiven. So, yes, indeed. What has been going on? Yeah. I went to Steve's music store. That's what happened. I went to Mecca. It always starts with a trip to Steve's music store or any other music store. It doesn't matter. So I have access to a couple of iPads in my immediate multimedia disposal. So I use iPad minis a lot to record video, to YouTube, and all that good stuff for my other channels. And so I decided, you know what? I was with the girls, the kids were going to Steve's music store. Oh, yeah. So they jumped on some drums, some keyboards, and piano and stuff. They had a lot of fun. They had a blast. And so I went looking in the audio to digital, digital input conversion section. And I was asking the fellow there, I said, I need something for my iPad mini. I just want one channel in so I can plug in a microphone or a guitar, anything, one at a time, and just record on my iPad mini. Do some track recording in GarageBand. That's basically where the motivation was coming from. And he says, okay, here you go. So this is what you need. It was probably like $180 or something like that. And I thought, all right, I don't mind paying $180 for something good, but for one channel, it seemed like overkill. So I thought, it seemed like overpriced, basically. I thought, this has got to be a Mac thing. It's overpriced because it's Mac. I said, well, what's the next step up? Like, what can I get if I go up a bit? And he says, well, the Steinberg UR22 Mark II, it's a 2-channel in, 2-channel out stereo interface, and you can plug it into anything, a Mac, a PC. And I said, oh, yeah. So hold on a sec. I got a pretty good gaming laptop that does nice video card and audio, GPU, CPU usage is not going to be an issue. So I thought, okay, that could be interesting. How much? He says, like $20 more. I said, fuck it, yeah, I'm going to get that. So I brought that home, plugged it in as soon as possible. And when the kids were asleep, I found the lovely surprise that it comes with, what you see in front of you, Cubase, the starter edition. No limited edition stuff necessarily here. I mean, it's not a timed demo or anything like that. It's pretty full featured. I mean, all of the tracks you could do whatever you need. It's got the Telltale onboard EQ, 4 inserts, sends, online channel fader, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very, very comfortable with Cubase. That's what I cut my teeth on like decades ago. And so coming back to this, it's so much more functional than it used to be, as they all are. Sonar and Pro Tools, they all have upgrades now. And I was just like right back at home, and I thought, this is great. So I'm going to start tracking. Even though I'm a couple of years out from being ready to do I want to build a drum room and a vocal booth and all of that good stuff. And I'm doing it, and I'm slowly getting there, starting to clean up and put away trade memorabilia boxes for shelf space and refandangle the storage. But basically, it's going to be a couple of years. So in the meantime, what can you do, Tebo? Well, you can record tempo tracks and guide tracks until the cows come home. So I'm going alphabetically, and I started here with Another Lover and decided that I was going to have some fun just putting down the prep tracks to get ready for the real recordings, right? Why not? And finding tempo tracks for songs has always been a good challenge. So my own particular style of recording, here's what I do. I always grab a mumble track. That's what I start with. The mumble track is important. That's me beatboxing, right? Sometimes with a guitar, sometimes without a bass, whatever. Just to get the feel of the song. And that's where I'm going back and forth, and I'm screwing around with the tempo, the metronome, with that right there, just to make sure that I got the tempo just right. Time signature changes and tempo changes, completely fine. You can automate all that stuff. Anyone who uses a DAW knows that. I mean, it's fully automatable now. Did I just make up a word? Probably. And so it's fun to be able to have it be sort of like, boom, there it is. You've written the law. The guide track or the tempo track is set. Go nuts. And when time permits, when kids aren't asleep and it's sort of midday and wow, who knows? You got some opportunity. You got a half an hour. Come in, do a guide vocal track or an acoustic track or something that's a little bit loud, and then work on the rest of it at night. Put in some bass, put in some rhythm electric guitar, all that fun stuff. So I've got a lot of opportunities here to really get shit back on track, no pun intended. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've done. I got myself a 2-channel interface. All right, that basically means that the studio is officially back in swing. I got my MIDI keyboard here, which you can't see. My Rocket 8 KRKs. Wow, fucking 7 years. I don't know how. Yeah, it's, I think, well, almost 6.5, 7 years that they've never really been used to full potential. Man, I have kept them pristine. That's why there are no pets allowed in the fucking control room. Thank you very much. Kids sporadically can come in and have fun and get excited, but they're not allowed to touch the speakers, that's for sure. So they're in pretty good shape, and they sound fantastic. So every single thing that I'm putting in here, I'm getting the real time of day. I've dampened the wall behind me in the control room. It also serves as a green screen for doing my this kind of stuff, right? Picture in picture. So things are coming along. Guys, I'm happy to be back, and I'm really thankful that I've got the ability to do it. And all the support. Liz totally supports my musical endeavors, and I'm really thankful for that. So this is a lot of fun. Another Lover guide track is sort of there. The lead vocal. Anyone who knows this song, it was written. It's a rock and roll love song. It's a lead vocal for a male and a girl. So I got the guy vocal in there. I got the rhythm guitar track that I've redone a couple of times just to make sure that it's not speeding up and slowing down. It's a little slower than I originally used to do it at 88 beats per minute. It's funny, in your old age you sort of mellow out and you leave space. Well, it's a big plus to have space in these songs to breathe and add in little nuances and fun stuff, or just leave that space there. So having a lot of fun with this. And basically, that's where I'm at. It's really like coming back home using Cubase, I got to tell you. I'm a huge fan. I don't foresee myself needing to upgrade this anytime soon, unless the day comes when I've got that drum studio set up and I need, 16 simultaneous inputs. Well, I'll get to that point. But by then, you guys will be several weeks into the behind-the-scenes videos, and you'll know exactly what's going on. So we'll all be in this sort of game together. So on that note, guys, I'm just going to bid you adieu and invite you to subscribe to the channel and join me next week for the Tebomusic weekly update, behind the scenes, whatever you want to call it. Just getting back in your face and hanging out with you guys. It's a lot of fun. So good to see you. Cheers. See you, Lord, take her hand. Oh, she really blows my mind.